Welcome back to the channel. My name is Adrian Keys, adjunct lecturer at the University College of the Caribbean. Today I focus on developing a simple marketing strategy. Let's get right to it. As we set about developing the marketing strategy, we want to take a step backwards at this point and do a complete review of this business idea that we're seeking to implement. More on that soon. But before we get there, let us take a look at who actually prepares the marketing strategy. Now, let's start off with who prepares the marketing strategy. If you are the newly minted entrepreneur or business owner, very well likely you will be responsible for preparing the marketing strategy. But beyond that, if you have put together a staff and if you have appointed yourself the chief executive officer, or if you have anointed anybody, that chief executive officer would be responsible for preparing the marketing strategy. If not, the responsibility could fall to your very able marketing staff or your selling staff. Outside of that, some companies and some businesses do employ consultants, freelance consultants, to prepare and develop the marketing strategy. Let's push on. Quick review of the items that we're going to be using to do the background assessment on this business idea that we're hoping to execute. The business concept statement, the business model, the mission and vision of this business, the business objectives, and of course, let us not forget the all-important budget. Will we have the resources to execute the plans that we're going to be putting on the table? Right, I know it's a little counterintuitive to be thinking about a budget at this point, but in some ways, we should be able to estimate and gauge the kind of resources that we will have so that we really don't waste resources at this point thinking about elaborate ideas that we won't be able to execute. Just some reinforcement. Why would you want to revisit the background of this business idea, of this business that you're embarking on? Well, simply put, it's really a very good time to revisit the context of the business, the reason for starting out, the reason for implementing in the first place. The business concept, the business model, the mission and vision, and the business objectives are all things that will help you as an individual, as the entrepreneur, as a business owner, as the chief executive officer, to think about the task at hand and why you're really doing the marketing strategy. Outside of that, bear in mind that very often when we look at doing a business plan and we look at a component of the business plan, which would be the marketing strategy, we're talking to and making proposals to bankers, to potential investors, to business partners. And we also want to, at this point in the process, re-engage them, refocus their minds on exactly what you have been refocused on, which is what this business is all about and its objectives. So we do have enough information to complete a good enough background review or assessment of this business idea that we're about to execute. It's a good time to introduce that I'm also the Chief Operating Officer of Ready TV, a prepaid cable service based in Jamaica, but with intentions to spread its wings to the wider Caribbean. What I'll be doing throughout the rest of this presentation on developing a simple marketing strategy is to pull bits and pieces of information from Ready TV's own experience so that you can see the kind of information or questions that you should be asking yourself and information that you should be putting front and center to the audience you're presenting to. Let's push on. All right, so we have just set the stage for delving further into developing the marketing strategy. Stay with us.